What is up? My name is Bogdan. You don't know who I am, and I don't know who you are either, so let's get to know each other in City Skylines. I've been playing this game for a bunch of years now, but this is my first attempt at making a video for YouTube, and I'm very excited because I've got some fresh ideas. I've been building cities and City Skylines for over, oh my god, 6-7 years now. The problem is I've always built cities with like 6,000 custom assets and mods and everything, and I've just been unable to play vanilla ever again. That doesn't change today. I am playing slightly modded version of City Skylines. I have all the move it, multi-tools, intersection marking tools, blah blah blah. I have some custom assets like North American roads as well, but primarily the assets that we're going to be working with is vanilla. My previous builds looked like this and I had around 10 FPS just flying around the city. I've realized that I've hit some kind of a threshold where it's not comfortable for me to play anymore. So I wanted to start something new, start something fresh in this beautiful, beautiful map, St. John, by one and only Maverick on Steam's Workshop. I highly recommend you check out his assets. His maps are fantastic. This map is super detailed. It includes these awesome trees, and I'm so excited to jump into it. This is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy staying on my channel, and let's build a city together. Let's start this off with a little town. So, this is what we're working with currently. This is the map that I was talking about. St. John, it's called, on the Workshop. Honestly, it looks like a beautiful map. It has some mild infrastructure already built into it, but nothing too critical that I'm concerned about. I do kind of want to build my own thing, but I do appreciate this map creator making this beautiful starting interchange for us. This is the starting tile, but I've unlocked all the tiles already, just because I like that kind of freedom and flexibility to work anywhere on the map. But we are going to start with a smaller town over here in between this kind of like lake and the highway with the railroad. So we're gonna get started from this Mason Way, which is our 2-lane in each direction highway. I'm using a couple of mods, like I mentioned, nothing that like transforms the game completely, but I do have some custom assets. It's nearly not as much as I usually use. So let's get started with our first intersection. So while I'm still working on this, I just quickly wanted to show you the exact kind of interchange I'm planning for the start of the city. This is like a two-way intersection, but I did decide to create slip lanes to enter and to leave, and then the middle would be for going straight or turning left from each direction. I don't know how well this will work. I just really like the aesthetic of it. This is something you'll notice in this series. I don't really go for the most logical solutions, but I just go for aesthetics. So there's gonna be a lot of pretty intense detailing, I hope, at least. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. But I've created this section first. I'm just gonna copy it over to here, and then I'm gonna work on the rest of the intersection. I'll talk to you later. So, I think I'm done with intersection marking tools on this intersection. It's honestly pretty sweet. This mod has been such a time waster for me in the sense that I've just been wasting too much time setting everything up and making sure everything works, but I really like this mod because it allows me to create these kind of like custom little markings here. So what we have left to do is basically just set up lanes, make sure that nobody's going into the lane they're not supposed to, and nobody's turning where they're supposed to. So for lanes, like I said, we want this lane only to turn left. This lane can go straight. Same idea here, turning left. This one can only go straight. Okay, so I think I'm done, and now I'm noticing something that I have not noticed before. I usually, when I build these kind of intersections, I only build them like T-shaped, so like this. But because I'm doing it 4 ways, I'm realizing that there's no really way for people entering the town to turn left here. That's something I should have thought about before building this, to be quite honest with you. So I guess we will try to figure that out now. Okay, so my quick solution to this issue that I've created for myself is to basically just create an extra turning lane on these roads. So instead of 2 lanes going in each direction, this will now have an extra turning lane. Same thing here. I don't know if that will be a huge problem for this one single lane going into the town. It probably will, but I'm assuming that majority of the people will be entering, for now at least, from this highway, which means they will go going from here, and they have a slip lane to the town. This way we will just have some more utilitarian stuff. I'm not really planning to do industry here yet, so we'll see how this works. I'll fix up the markings and we'll get back into building. Okay, I think this should work for now. I know it's not pretty, I still have to do these. I did not forget, I'll just do them off camera, but I think this is okay. We have to remove traffic lights from here. Okay, that's good. So we only have 1 traffic light here in the middle. People wanting to go right, they will just use the slip lane. People wanting to go left, they would just use this turning lane and wait for the green light. Pretty basic markings here, but this is what I usually see out here in Canada anyway, so I'm assuming this is correct. But yeah, please don't bash me. I tried my best. Cities change all the time, so I think that's kind of realistic that what we're doing here, because we just basically will be expanding, evolving, and improving our infrastructure, but this is what we're going to start with. Alright, so I think we're done. Here. I'll just need to make sure our lanes are correct. So we will do that quickly together. Pretty simple. These go straight. These turn left. These go straight. These guys go left. And these guys go straight. And I think our slip lanes should be okay. And here's the last part. And we are done with the first piece of infrastructure in our little town, which I don't know what I'm gonna call yet. So let me know in the comments what our town should be named. Our state is gonna be called St. John. Actually, let's rename that now. St. John is gonna be the name of our series and the state. but the name of our town is free, so feel free to name it now. Now, we've built this giant piece of infrastructure here. Pretty realistic. North America is known for having like overbuilt intersections and highways and roadway connections. The next part is going to be our main kind of arterial going into this town. I want to align it more or less, so we will use this road for now. I'm not sure I'm gonna stick with it, but we will make a straight road here. Let's zoom out a bit. I think I like this. 25 is good. Bit of a sharp turn for such a big road, but 5, that's pretty okay. I think I like that. And then what we'll do here is, first of all, we need to match heights. That's perfect. And then we will build a little bridge over this. Ooh, I think that's quite perfect, actually. And just a little connection here. We'll figure out the rest of this later. I think this will be our downtown anyway, so we will not touch this just yet. We will mostly work in this area, but just for the future we will do this. And then I do not like this one bit. I think that's perfect. We don't expect anything to go through this river anyway, so I think having it pretty low is perfect. I really like this. Let's also lend this to this height. Perfect. Okay, so we have our arterial going to the downtown. What I want to do in this episode, yeah, I know we spent like half of it building this intersection, which I'm noticing isn't even that straight. And if you know what else is missing from this intersection, what I've omitted, please let me know in the comments right now. I want to see if you have a keen eye on city infrastructure kind of things. But 3, 2, 1, we're missing pedestrian connections. Yeah, this is a very, very big issue. I'm not building a perfect city by any stretch of imagination. I don't expect this to win awards for being the most walkable, bikeable city of all time. I'm kind of trying to build it off of places that I've been to here in Canada. So, honestly, the best way to go about this to not disrupt traffic this much, I actually don't want this. I don't think I want this crossing either, because cars coming in here are at a bit of a dangerous angle going in, so I think I'll get rid of these pedestrian crossings. This one we already got rid of, so yeah, I'm an evil car-centric bastard right here with this, but I think the easiest way to fix this would just to build a very, very simple, and a lot of people, again, will hate me for this, but very, very simple pedestrian bridge. So I think 8 meters would be good. I want to make sure. Yeah, I think that's great. And then we will create another support here. Same thing on this side. We will, of course, match the heights and everything. And then we will gradually go down. So let me see. Maybe 5 is good. We'll imagine these are stairs or something with a little accessibility ramp. Of course, that's not in the vanilla game, so we don't have that kind of amount of detail. But let's imagine. It's a game. It's a video game, guys. Okay, so we fixed this. We have a pedestrian connection of some sort. Let's match the heights. I think that looks pretty okay. Yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine, guys. If you're walking on this side, you don't really have that same connection, and I don't feel like building another pedestrian bridge. That's a huge amount of infrastructure for, you know, a pretty redundant thing. So we're just gonna make some intersections here with crossings and assume people will just use those. So let's get into building our initial road frame for our little town. It's not going to be a super big town, of course. We don't really have much space to work with here. But I want to calculate around... let's do 10. I think 10 is fine, right? I think 10 is fine. Let's turn these into these kind of roads. I like these American roads. They're very nice. Nice assets. Let me know in the comments if you want me to post my playset. I'd love to do that. I custom created it for a very long time because I wanted this kind of like vanilla experience with some mods. And that's what I have here. Okay, so we have our initial entrances to our districts. The rest is going to be these like suburban roads because we don't really need much. Here, I think we will leave 3 gap for some commercial. Maybe 3 is a little bit short, but I think I'm gonna be okay with it. I don't think I'll lose sleep over it. Let's turn on our guidelines back. I want to put the road here, and I want to put the road also here. Okay, that's 2. That's too close to the highway. Let's do 3. Perfect. And then let's connect these 2. You know what I should do? Actually, I should remove these trees because I think I'm gonna regret not doing that once I hit the tree limits. So let's just remove trees here. Okay, so we have our initial kind of frame here. I want to do something a bit more interesting here. So we have this going all the way to here, and I think that's going to be the end of it. How big our houses are going to be? I think 10 is fine. Oh, that's not good. What do we have here? I want to make sure the zoning is absolutely perfect because... Okay, so this is road guidelines. We don't need this. We need road length. Perfect. Because again, I'm going to be zoning a lot. That's not something I usually do in cities games. I don't like zoning because I don't really like vanilla assets, but we will try and cope with it. Okay, so we're going to do this. It's a bit crooked, so let me pull out my trusty network multi-tool and make sure we have good angles all the way through here. Maybe I should have done this prior, but let's also kind of flatten the ground. I think it's pretty realistic to assume that there's going to be some form of grade done before these districts and suburban houses are built. So let's just make sure this is more or less straight. This is perfect. This is great. So we have our initial frame for our suburban area. What I want here is initially I want a little... maybe like this. Maybe these are a bit too short, but I want some services. I want a school to be right here. It's gonna be our little like parking for school. We'll figure this out later. We'll do another little cul-de-sac here, I guess. This could be a park space, actually. We'll see how this grows up. We will make sure to add anything we're missing, but we'll just kind of do the same thing on this side, add some framing on this angle as well, and I'll be back to not bore you to death. See you in a bit. Okay, I think this initial road frame is done. I will make some tweaks, of course. We have large amounts of space here that I will fill out with roads and buildings, but I think for now we are doing okay. Again, some of the designs of these roads might change. I don't particularly like this little thing here, but it's always hard to connect these like angled grids in City Skylines, so we'll make sure to fix that in the future, but I think for now this is great. Again, like I mentioned before, if people wanted to cross this from this side, they would just have to cross here. It's not unrealistic that this kind of thing will happen. All right, let's get to zoning / placing all the services. I like to place services first. I think that's a good shout. So where do we have a good place for services? I think having it off of the arterial, but like within a close proximity to it is very good. I think this is a nice little spot, a little clinic I like these assets. I never looked at them so up close. For realism, let's just add a little parking lot in the back. Let's assume this is for customers / employees. Ooh, I really like this. While we're at it, let's just add a quick fence. Also pretty realistic. We're gonna do the same thing for pretty much all services, but I'm gonna fast forward. So you're not bored. Let's get to it. Fire station. Alright, so we added the essentials. We added a clinic for our little citizens. We added a police station over here and a fire station. I couldn't fit a parking lot here, but we have some parking spots over here, and this doesn't look like it requires a whole lot of crew, so we're gonna assume this is fine. We also added a little death care facility here. In this case, it's gonna be our cemetery. I just wanted to quickly bob out the vanilla trees because I hate them. These are awful. We have a bunch of custom ones that I want to replace them with, like these awesome spruces? Spry? I think I like this. What are these trees? These are smaller ones. Let's add the 9-meter version, and then the bush will just do the 4-meter one. How much better does this asset look with proper trees, huh? Love it. Part of the reason why I never used the vanilla cemeteries because of the ugly trees, but this looks absolutely awesome. I'll do the same thing for all vanilla things that pop up. I'll bob out the vanilla trees and do the normal ones. The normal ones is in these spruce, these awesome, very detailed trees. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. Okay, that's pretty much the services. We just need to also make sure we have our awesome little schooling facilities. So I'm going to add a elementary school over here. Next to it, I want to add a little... Let's do a basketball court. I think that'd be appropriate. You can see I've already bobbed out some vanilla assets. This looks awesome, man. This looks so good. Let's add a little path in here, so we can do some park-ish kind of thing. Let's only do grid. How do I... Oh my goodness. There we go. We can just have a park. I think I like that quite a bit. We'll come back to this detail this up a bit more in the time lapse. I just wanted to also quickly add a high school. Again, let's straighten this out a bit. I don't particularly love it being super crooked. I guess it would make sense to have schooling facilities next to each other, but I want to have them separate. The high school asset here is a little bit too large for my liking. I don't like the fact that it's so big, but oh well. It happens. It is what it is. In the back, we'll add a little bit of a sporting facility. I don't have all DLC, by the way. Just be wary of that. I have a limited amount of DLC, but I have all the ones that I really like anyway, so this is good. This is good. I like this. Let's add a little parking. Of course we need some parking, and maybe a little path actually will go a long way here. Do this and connect it. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. Okay, so this is our schools, fire departments, police, medicine. I think we're not missing anything else. Let's just add parks, because I know that in the vanilla games, the parks, we have to spam them, unfortunately. So we'll spam a little bit of a park here. We'll add a... Do we have something smaller? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. We could always add another basketball court. I think that would be pretty nice over here, across from the school. Let's add a bit of parking here just for realism. Actually, I want it tucked here. Perfect. Do we need more parks? I think for now we're okay. These parks are huge, man. I really don't like the scale of this. Okay, I think that's all the surfaces. Let's get to finally zoning. So zoning, we're gonna just blanket zone everything. I'm not gonna be super particular about it yet. We will always come back to it to fix it up. Again, a good zone here. A good zone here. Maybe we'll leave a little bit for the park here. Honestly, we could just have zoning all the way here. This could be zoning. This could be zoning. Ooh, I don't like this. Ooh, actually, there's a very good way to fix this zoning. So, I want to have this road wrapped around with exclusively commercial, this main road, and I don't want any of them to grow up on this side. So we have a beautiful, amazing feature from the recent update that allows us to choose on which side we have zoning. Okay, that's good, I think. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's do the same thing here, although it would be on the other side. Really upset I didn't see this feature in the new City Skylines on the gameplay. I did not see this feature. I was very kind of sad. I like this control. Let's also remove zoning from these roads. We don't need them there. I think that's good. I think that allows us a bit more flexibility. What else did I want? Oh, I wanted this road to not have any zoning on this side, or to kind of prioritize zoning. Let's just do this. I want to prioritize zoning here. We'll fix this later. We'll add zoning tiles back in here because I do want something on this corner, of course, but not now. Okay, so we'll add zoning here. We'll have some here. We'll have some here, here. We could have some 2x2s, why not? I'm not super opposed to tiny homes. Seems to be all the rage nowadays. I think we'll leave this central bit for park. We'll figure it out later. We can have a little home here. Actually, we'll have a little home here as well. Is this on the correct side? I don't want zoning on this road. Okay, we need to fix this. I think I like this. I think I like this a lot. Let's blanket zone some commercial. For now, I think it's good. We'll get to this, I think, in episode number 2. But for this little district, I think we're good. Let's hit play for the first time in this series and see how things grow up. I already see stuff popping up. I'm so happy about it. Yes. Oh, no. Like a perfect mayor, I forgot about water and electricity. That's a bit of an L on my end. Let's add water. So I have 81 tiles mod enabled, so I don't want to deal with the pipes. We do have water and electricity going through roads enabled because it's just so much easier. Removes a whole aspect of the game that I really don't like. Okay, let's see where we can pump water in. Actually, for the beginning of the town, I think we're going to be okay with the water tower. I like this. I like the vibe of a water tower, actually, but we still need some kind of outlet. I know it's not particularly realistic to have such an expensive way to outlet water, but I'm going to put it here for now. It's very, very temporary, guys. Don't even think about telling me that this is not good or realistic. All of this is going to change, but I just want to get water and electricity in. Do not think about it. We also need electricity for this treatment plant, so let's just add in this ugly advanced wind turbine. Never used it in my life. And on this side, actually, let's keep this road going. Let's enable some zoning. Let's keep it going, and then again, let's remove trees so we don't cry about it later. I want to have a little bit of a utility plant here. Let's add a road. How far do we want to go? Let's do 10. We did 10 on the other side, so should be fine. Let's span this for here. Maybe add a little bit of a road here, and then let's add our little plant. What do we have here? So I don't want this because this is way too cartoony. I do fancy advanced coal power plant here. It's gonna be too big. Perhaps it is going to be a little bit too big, and it does ruin the view of the forest a bit for these guys, but we'll figure this out later. This is temporary. Again, I just really want to get this going, so let's hit play again. I think that should be okay. Yes, everybody's happy. What kind of buildings are we getting here? So some of these vanilla buildings, I already bobbed out vanilla trees, but I'm going to do a lot of work kind of fixing this. See, I don't really like what I've done here, though. We might need to rethink the zoning. I'm not really sure I like this kind of like... There's a lot of empty space that's going to be left. I think I'm okay with this for now, but... Ooh, these are large trees. Okay, something like this we can bob out. Let's do that really quick, and then after that I'll just speed this up. And we're gonna reflect on what we've done today in the first episode. Man, how significantly better do these vanilla houses look with just nicer trees. So much better. I mean, these umbrellas are also very funny, but we're gonna keep them in. I think I like this. Alright, let's speed this up a bit. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get everything filled out in the first episode, but we did have a bunch of new houses. These smaller ones, they're so cute. Is this a custom asset? It looks like a custom asset. I don't really like that. Maybe it will upgrade into something more vanilla. These I really like. These are awesome. We have some good selection of vanilla assets here. I'm not sure what this is either. We'll figure this out in between episodes. I want to make sure that our town looks nice, but I think I really like what we've done here so far. This is an awesome start to this little town. I'll do some detailing around our services, and then we'll call it a day for the first episode. Let me know in the comments, what do you want to see in this little town, in specifically? Like what specific things you want me to build here? Oh, I really like this. This is an awesome vibe. So perfect. All right, let's get to some more detailing and then we'll call it a day. Alright, I think we're done with detailing. This has been a very nice episode. I really like it. I'm gonna toot my own horn. I enjoyed the start so much. It's like a breath of fresh air when you have more than 20 FPS in City Skylines and you're using these vanilla assets that I never used. Never. And they actually look so nice. I mean, it's a bit cartoony, but it's so nice. Look at it, so cute. And so are these houses. I'm gonna fix these in between episodes. I don't like the custom houses here. But this looks awesome. What is this house? Wow, look at that. Oh, this is sick. I want to live in a house like this. This is awesome. It looks like a multi-apartment building though, more than a low density, but still looks very cool. I like this vibe. This is so awesome. Let me know what else I should bring into this area in the next episode. We're gonna of course work on filling out the gaps, filling out the detailing, fixing some of these really empty looking houses that I don't like. And yeah, that's basically it for this one. Appreciate you watching my first ever City Skylines episode. I've been playing this game for a while, but I only started playing it today for YouTube. So I'm hoping that you like this video, and I'm hoping that you found it somewhat interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Leave the comments, leave the likes. I really greatly appreciate you. But I'll see you in the next one. Say goodbye to St. John. We're out.